If any of the people in my audience don't believe that we can make a difference, the events of yesterday should change your mind. A difference was made. The criminal elements in D.C. and the thugs that they have been colluding with in Colombia were dealt one of the most stunning defeats they've ever seen. It was a complete and total, utter collapse of their strategy. They had assured the world that thousands and upon thousands of soldiers from the Venezuelan military were going to defect. Biggest number I've seen is maybe 20, 25. There were supposed to be 250,000 volunteers, civilian volunteers, that were going to rise up and surround military bases and run Nicolas Maduro out of Miraflores Palace. And they were going to carry Juan Guaido on their shoulders into the palace and inaugurate him into a new era of peace and prosperity. Total and utter bullshit. And for those of you who stood with this channel, stood with Abby Martin, Jimmy Dore, all of the other channels I'm forgetting, that have put out the word and shared it all across social media, it echoed all the way to Miraflores Palace. They knew we were standing with them. They knew we were praying for them, and that not all of North America stands with Washington, D.C. In fact, the vast majority of the United States of America does not stand with Washington, D.C. And what happened yesterday in Venezuela is going to be a defining moment for that break. They represent no one but themselves. And now they only have themselves to look to. Now let me make it very clear. This is not a mission accomplished banner moment. They're coming back. They are going to come back twice as hard next time. But we can win. We just have to tell the truth. We have to continue to do it on a daily basis, every single day, and not let them get away with anything, ever. They tried to win this in the arena of public opinion, and they were beaten badly because it didn't manifest itself. The lie that they wanted to create didn't manifest itself. That thing Joseph Goebbels said was totally blasted out of the water about if you tell a lie enough times it becomes the truth. Not in this case. Because every time they tell a lie, we're going to tell 3 truths. And we're going to do it every single day. And I'm proud to stand with you in this effort. The legacy of what happened yesterday is going to be what we saw from the Colombians heaving rocks over and over and over again at some of the most professional security forces I've ever seen, standing their ground and not overreacting. And real quick, who remembers this? Who remembers only a few months back that our leader said that if our military or our border patrol was to come under attack with rocks, they were to treat it like rifles? So what's good for the goose, good for the gander. They had to turn, tuck tail, and run and set fires to make you think that it was the Venezuelans who set the trucks on fire. There would have been no way to do that. Clearly, it was the Colombians. You saw it if you saw my videos from yesterday morning. You saw it with your own eyes. These were gang members. These were thugs. These weren't peaceful protesters. These weren't working class people attempting to get aid. These were criminals. And that's who these guys have always been. Guaido, Lopez, all of these guys are wanted criminals, and the U.S. is trying to put lipstick on the pig. The guy on the right is not. Is he perfect? No. But he is the elected president of Venezuela, and that's where he's going to stay until the people of Venezuela say otherwise. The part of the Constitution that Mr. Guaido is invoking to say that he has the right to name himself president says that even if everything he says was true, the person that would be in charge would be the vice president, Delcy Rodriguez. And there's a person after her. He wouldn't be part of the equation for quite a ways down the chain. This is going to be the legacy of Marco Rubio, though. If any of you saw, and I'll link the videos, the trucks that rammed the gate, that were being driven by these cowardly defectors, giant air quotes. This is what the result was. Marco Rubio called for defections, called for the soldiers of Venezuela to violate their oaths and act like seditious, treasonous traitors. You'd have to ask yourself a question: why would a sitting U.S. senator ask that of another country, of its servicemen? Why would they need that? And this is what happened. I'm not going to show the ramming again because it's just too graphic, but I'll give you the link and you can watch it for yourself. This poor woman had no idea what was coming. These are the trucks. See, the media's throwing this out there right now, and I think the headline on Fox right now is a bunch of kneeling people at a basketball game. That's how much they're trying to bury the story of what happened in Venezuela. The stunning defeat for not only the mainstream media in the United States, complete and total defeat for CNN, MSNBC, Fox, Bloomberg, Business Insider, Forbes, the New York Times, the New York Post, all of them who were for this regime change effort got clobbered yesterday. This guy gave guarantees. He said, one way or the other, yesterday it was going to happen. And that their assessment of the government in Venezuela, they should just step down and cower under U.S. might. And I saw that here in my comment section too. All these people talking about, oh, the U.S. is just going to go in and bomb, and these people, if they knew what was good for them, that they would just run away. They threatened the military of Venezuela, said they had nothing to lose, not realizing that you can't take away the honor, the dignity, and the integrity of those who've sworn an oath and stand by it. It reminds me of another group of people who were told that they couldn't stand against a massive military force that was well financed. There was a battle, Lexington Concord, where through some amazing intelligence, the Sons of Liberty were able to throw back a much larger force across a bridge and hand them a stinging defeat because they weren't afraid. And they used every avenue available to them to fight. The story of the revolution, many people know. I'm going to go ahead and link it so people can refresh themselves on what those who are willing to fight for the revolution are willing to do. They can be defeated. Are they completely defeated now? No, but we won round one. And we won it big. It wasn't even close. I think maybe 1 or 2 pickup truck loads of that quote-unquote aid got in. And they had tractor trailers all over the place. And everywhere there was death or destruction, it trails itself right back to these two guys. and their actions. All we have to do is stand firm and continue to tell the truth, and do so in an unafraid way. I'm so proud of all 87,000 plus of my subscribers. I'm proud to be associated with Abby Martin, The Empire Files, The Gray Zone, Jimmy Dore, and everybody else that has spoken up. James Munder, Jennifer Hammonds, who have tried. You should have seen the fight today just to keep the live streams going. They would just blink out. My computer would just shut off. They were trying to silence us. But we just kept going. And we will do so every single day. I know there are names out there that I have forgotten to mention. But we can win. Don't think we can't. God bless you all. Like, share, subscribe.